In the pitch dark, and as day breaks, there is no escape in Gaza from Israeli air raids. It's a new day, but Palestinians can only be left to wonder, will it be as deadly as the ones before? The offensive between Israel and Hamas has entered its second week. The Israeli government says it will continue to strike at terrorist targets in Gaza. But it's Palestinian civilians who are paying the ultimate price. Because in this densely packed enclave, there's simply nowhere to shelter from that kind of air power. At Gaza City's Shifa hospital on Monday, doctors were struggling to take care of the injured brought in after an Israeli airstrike. This woman says she and her husband fled to a relative's house near a school, thinking it would be safe from the bombing. She survived, but her husband didn't. Sunday was the deadliest day so far. 42 Palestinians, including 10 children, were killed in air raids. The Israeli military said the civilian casualties were unintentional. They say they had been targeting a Hamas tunnel system, and when that collapsed, so too did the homes above it. One of the survivors was 6-year-old Susie Eshkuntana. She lost her mother and all 4 of her brothers and sisters. Her father Riyad was rescued. I was filled with all the anger of the universe, he says. But when I heard that one of my daughters was alive, I said thank God, because this girl might capture some, even a little, of my other daughter's smiles, because she is their sister.
This latest round of violence only perpetuates the cycles of death, destruction and despair, and pushes farther to the horizon any hopes of coexistence and peace. Fighting must stop.
That plea comes as more than 200 Palestinians and 10 Israelis have been killed so far. The calls for Hamas to stop launching rockets at Israel and for Israel to stop bombarding Gaza are only getting louder. All eyes are on Israel's strongest and biggest ally, the United States. Earlier, it blocked a UN Security Council joint statement calling for an end to the hostilities. Now there's been a slight shift in tone from US President Joe Biden. In a readout of his phone call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Biden repeated his firm support for Israel's right to defend itself and, for the first time, expressed his support for a ceasefire. But it's not an ultimatum. Netanyahu has signalled that public pressure won't dissuade him from his mission.
We'll do whatever it takes to restore order and quiet and the security of our people and deterrence. We're trying to degrade Hamas's terrorist abilities and to degrade their will to do this again.
But the cost of each new day of this offensive means more civilians having to endure the unthinkable. Natalie Pohonen, The Newsmakers.